in the matter of Jameson Hubble, file 24136NA.
Okay, we are on for a review. In this case, it's the third review and permanency planning hearing as it relates to the mother in this case. I will note we are on YouTube recording as well, so we can avoid using the name of the child. That would be great. May I have the names of our participants, beginning with our guardian ad litem?
Katerina Dumont, lawyer, guardian ad litem.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nastasia Thomas, counsel for the department. Ms. De La Garza.
Brandy De La Garza, the foster care worker from Fostering Solutions.
Attorney Ashley Hanson-Grimes on behalf of Mother Victoria Dehart.
And good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Matthew Hotchkiss, appearing on behalf of Ms. Cynthia Hubble.
One moment, Mr. Hotchkiss. We need the appearance of the mother.
Victoria Dehart, mother.
Okay. Would you spell that, please?
Victoriadehart. Thank you.
And then, Mr. Hotchkiss, you may go ahead and introduce or ask your client to introduce herself.
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, Attorney Matthew Hotchkiss, P number 84362, appearing on behalf of Ms. Cynthia Hubble. She also appears virtually via Zoom.
Would you like to ask her to introduce herself? Or I just want to make sure she can hear us.
I can hear.
Thank you, Ms. Hubble.
Cynthia Hubble.
Thank you. Ms. Dumont, let's start with your report whenever you're ready.
Yes, Your Honor. I was able to meet with the minor child at his school. He is in kindergarten now. His best friend from Head Start is in another class, so he's sad about that, but he is very social and able to make more friends. He's doing really well. There's no issues in school. Very social. He did indicate he likes living with his mom. They're working on finding their own housing. He said he likes to see both of his grandparents, both sets. He enjoys visiting with all of his family. He said he had a great Christmas, got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. He said Santa visited him basically everywhere he visited, and he got a ton of presents. I have no concerns for him physically, educationally, emotionally.
This is a foundation of the entire hearing. The guardian reports a child who is healthy, social, and emotionally stable. No safety concerns. In juvenile court, this kind of testimony signals one thing clearly. The case has shifted from protection to permanence.
Mom has complied with all of her case service plan, all terms of her probation. She's doing really well. Some of the reports indicated that Cindy and Victoria's counseling together seemed to be going well, but it's fizzled out now. I think the courts provided all services possible to the family to try to get them to work together to try to, for the benefit of Jameson or the minor child at this point. I think it's in his best interest to have all the people in his life continue to be in his life. I think he would benefit from continuing to have overnights with both sets of his grandparents. But he's a loving and kind child. I know that the department was requesting to close out the case. I don't have any objection to that. But I think that would just leave a grandparenting time order that needs to be worked out on the custody end of things, because it wasn't able to be worked out during this last review period.
Thank you. Testimony today, Ms. Thomas.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would ask Ms. De La Garza to be sworn in to provide her report.
Very good. Did any of our attorneys want to make any opening comments before we got into testimony?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Ms. De La Garza, come on to our witness stand.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Ms. De La Garza, as it relates to your court report, are there any updates or modifications that need to be made to it?
No.
You rarely hear a caseworker say a parent is doing amazing, but that's exactly what happens here. Completed services, probation compliance, and over a year of sobriety point to real change. At this stage, reunification isn't theoretical anymore. It's earned.
Okay. And were there any other documents that you've circulated to any of the parties outside of the court report?
No.
And at this time, how would you describe Mom's compliance with and benefit from the case service plan during this review period?
I would say that she continues doing amazing. I think that she is thriving and progressing as we all hope she would. She's doing really great. She's completed, participated in and completed most, if not all of the things on the case service plan. She even participated this last reporting period with the Reunification services, and they stated to me the My Family Together program that they closed with her actually on the 7th of this month because she had done so well and completed all of her goals with them as well. They do check out with her or go back out to her home in 3 months and then 6 months just to make sure everything is going well, but they did close that service. So she is continuing to participate in her probation services. Her probation officer said that she is doing well also. She has more than a little over more than 1 year of sobriety, so she's just doing really well.
Thank you. And at this time, given that report, are there any concerns about the child's safety or well-being in Mr. Hart's care without court oversight?
No, there are no concerns.
Okay. And is there anything as relates to the child that you would like to supplement Ms. Dumont's report with?
I would agree that he's doing really well. He's always playing when I go out and do home visits, pretending like he's a ninja and trying to hide and things like that. So he appears to be doing very well in the home. He's very comfortable there, enjoys showing me the bedroom that he has and all the things that he just got for Christmas. So he is doing very well.
And in your report, the recommendation is for case closure, correct?
Yes.
And then as relates to the grandparenting time custody order, I believe your recommendation is to kind of default back to the prior order. Is that correct? Or is there something different?
I do know this last report period, they had been going back and forth, the paternal grandparents and mother, trying to come up with something that is fair to the child and his best interest. I don't think that, unfortunately, they've come to an agreement yet, but I do feel like mom is doing her best and trying to be fair for her child and look out for his best interest.
Do you believe that this case, the child protective proceeding, is necessary any further, though, in that regard, like to help this family with the custody element, or do you believe that can be handled outside of our case?
I do believe that could be handled outside of our case.
Okay, wonderful. And is there anything else you'd like the court to know about your knowledge? Sorry, anything else you'd like the court to know, whether from your knowledge of the case or from your court report?
No, I think that we covered it all.
Thank you. Your Honor, I have no further questions of Ms. Delagarzo and ask the court to admit into the record the court report that she submitted on January 6th. Thank you.
Objections?
No objection.
No objections.
Thank you. Data received. Questions for this witness, Ms. Hanson-Grimes?
Yes. How much time in the last reporting period have you spent with Jameson and with the child and his mother?
I go to the home once a month.
Okay. How much time during the course of this case have you spent with the minor child?
The same during the entire case. I was not the worker at the very beginning, but I have had this case for a while and see him at least once a month.
Okay. And when you see him, how much contact do you have with the family typically, not just coming to the home, but either phone calls, and I've seen your log, so phone calls, text messages. Would you say that you spoke with Ms. Dehart weekly, daily? What was the frequency of that contact?
I would say at least weekly. She sends me her pay stubs without me having to ask, sends me proof of her attending AANA meetings, so it's at least once a week, I would say.
And so you feel that in your recommendation today, you do ask that the court essentially stand by the order that was entered in 2024 regarding grandparenting time. Is that correct?
Yes, I do believe Ms. Dayhart is.
This is an important legal boundary. The judge makes it clear juvenile court is not the place to litigate grandparent visitation. Dependency cases focus on safety and services, not family disagreements. Once risk is resolved, those issues move elsewhere.
Trying to be fair to the child and what isn't in his best interest.
And you believe, have you reviewed that order?
Yes.
Okay. And you believe that that order does constitute the best interest of the minor child?
I do, yes, because it allows him to have the majority of his time with Ms. Dayhart, his parent, but also allows time for the grandparents to see him.
So at this time, it would not be an impediment to case closure for there to be a separate agreement because an agreement is already in the court system. Is that correct?
Correct.
Is there any concerns that the My Family Reunification Service authored to you or had spoken to you regarding Ms. Dehart and her compliance with that service?
No.
So they are consistent with case closure as well because their case also closed on the 7th, I believe you said?
Yes, they close on the 7th.
Okay. Is there any other services that your department could provide for Ms. Dehart that she hasn't already completed?
No, I don't believe so.
I have no further questions.
Thank you. Limited questions, if any, for Mr. Hotchkiss?
Thank you, Your Honor, and they will be limited. Thank you. Ma'am, are you able to hear me okay?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. Part of the services that were provided in this case, I believe from the Department of Health and Human Services, was therapy as between Ms. DeHart and the paternal grandparents. Is that accurate?
Yes.
And that therapy, if you're recommending case closure, would that therapy cease at the closure of the case?
It's already ceased, actually. There was a letter that I had provided from the therapist stating that it was no longer productive during therapies, so she had stopped them.
And when you're phrasing it that it was not any longer productive, why wasn't it productive any longer?
The information that the therapist gave me is that there was a lot of finger pointing instead of trying to move past things.
I see. And just to be clear on my question, is that as between Ms. DeHart and the paternal grandparents?
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you. Now, you referenced to Attorney Hanson Grimes' questioning regarding the current order, and you've seen the current order, correct?
Yes.
Now, do you think that there would be any detriment or harm suffered by the minor child, Jamison in this case, if there was increased time beyond that order?
Objection. It's asked and answered. She stated that the current order is in the best interest of the minor child. And at this point, I really don't feel that she would be the appropriate person to expound on that as she's already answered it, Connor.
Well, for cross-examination purposes, he's allowed to ask what he wants to, but I will say, Mr. Hubble, that this is not the time to explore the grandparent visitation issue. That's a separate civil case. The only thing that the court has before it today is whether or not to continue the services that are in place through the department. So I would ask you to move along to a separate issue. Thank you.
Sure, the honor. With that caveat in mind, that I have no additional questions. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Any questions from Ms. Dumont?
Ms. Delgarza, you're referencing the July 2024 order for grandparenting time, is that correct?
I don't have it right in front of me, but I believe that is the date.
Okay. And can you remind me of what the current order is in which the minor child gets to see his paternal grandparents at this time?
Ms. Dayhart has actually been giving the paternal grandparents more time than what is stated on the order, but without being able to reference it or have it in front of me, I'm not sure exactly what is stated.
Okay. Would it be every other weekend?
I think that's what they've been doing, but that's not what was on the last order.
Okay. Okay. I have no further questions. Thank you.
Any redirects?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Recross? Ms. Hanson Grimes?
Yes, when you had referenced the August 1st, it is stamped by the court as August 1st, but it is from a hearing from July 31st. Are you familiar with that order?
Yes.
Okay, and it does not allow for overnights. Is that your understanding?
That's correct. That's what the order states, yes.
But it does allow that the mother can essentially offer more time if she felt it would be appropriate. And that is what's currently been happening. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. You feel that this is a solid basis and in the best interest of the child to have this as a foundational order. Is that correct?
I do, yes.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Okay. Mr. Hubble, or Hotchkiss, I'm sorry, any final questions?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your testimony.
Oh, hang on, Your Honor, one more question, just briefly. You had stated when Mr. Hotchkiss asked you a question that it became finger pointing. Was it finger pointing on behalf of Miss Dehart, or was it finger pointing towards Miss Dehart?
It was finger pointing towards her.
Okay, so in your estimation, did Miss Dehart participate with the therapeutic option in a productive manner?
Yes.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you for your testimony. You may return to your seat. I'm not interested in litigating the grandparent visitation issue today, counselors. So you're welcome to do that on your own time. Any other witnesses, Ms. Thomas?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, did you ask if I had any further witnesses?
Yes.
I have none, thank you.
Okay. Ms. Hanson Grimes, any witnesses today?
I have no witnesses today, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Hotchkiss, any witnesses on the issue of reunification and continued case services?
No, Your Honor, none. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Dumont?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. Any comments in closing then, beginning with Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. I think that part of the concern that we've had in this case is just ensuring that Ms. DeHart was able to maintain her sobriety and progress in her case service plan, in which she's demonstrated her ability to do so. And I would like to acknowledge that. We often don't get to celebrate those victories with parents. And so I'm very excited for her moving forward. We know that the grandparenting time issue in the past might have been a concern about as a way to safeguard the child. However, at this time with mom's progress, I don't believe that there's any risk of harm to the child if we were to formally terminate jurisdiction in this case. There is obviously the circuit court case that this court is very familiar with, and that grandparenting time can be addressed there. I think that the department has made, by way of the agency, has made significant efforts to assist this family in trying to create a plan that is sustainable for everyone and really maintains the child's best interest, which I believe all parties are committed to. I just think the way that they go about it might be a little different, but I wish them the best. I would ask the court to terminate jurisdiction under the NA file and proceed under the custody file. Thank you.
Okay. Any comments, Mr. Hotchkiss?
No comments, Your Honor. I, again, as I've said in previous hearings, commend Ms. DeHart for all of her hard work. I know it's been a long road. I know everybody in both families, no matter if tensions get high or not, are proud of her and commend her for her marvelous efforts. So I'm very happy to see that she did everything successfully. It does better for Jameson, and that's why we're all here, is for Jameson. So I want to congratulate her sincerely.
Well said. Ms. Hanson Grimes, would you like to compliment your client?
I mean, I'm just happy to be here at this portion of the hearing. I get to, Mr. McFarland did a wonderful job in guiding Ms. DeHart. I just wanted to say that, and that she did the heavy lifting. She has not only accepted her failings that brought her before you, but she has met the challenge in rectifying those and has put her child first. Often in this court, we don't get to have these days. And so it's always a joy to be a part of them when somebody's hard work is paying off. She's doing the very best she can, and to be acknowledged that not only is she addressing her struggles, but that she is being the best mom that she can for this little boy, and that he's thriving in school, socially, and in his own behavioral environment is always a joy to hear. So thank you.
This is the outcome parents hope for. Sustained sobriety, consistency, and follow-through lead to one result: case closure. The court releases jurisdiction, returning full responsibility to the parent. This isn't just an ending. It's a second chance, earned the hard way.
Ms. Dumont.
Yes, Your Honor, I would just echo the sentiments of Ms. Thomas and recommend that the case be closed, and then wish the parties good luck in the inevitable custody portion of the case with regards to grandparenting time.
Thank you. All right. I will say I know that I entertained a lot more testimony about the grandparents issue in prior hearings. That was in light of the circumstances that were in place at the outset of this case, wherein this child would have been very dependent on both sets of grandparents while his mother struggled to overcome her challenges. At this point, she's been sober for a year. She's shown to be compliant with the probation terms and case services. She's impressed Ms. De La Garza and Ms. Dumont. I am also satisfied with the efforts that she's made at this point. And it's my sincerest hope that you're able to make this a sustainable situation for yourself and your son moving forward. Because I think you've seen what he's in for if you don't, frankly. Both sides of grandparents, I think, did give us their best efforts in trying to come to a situation. Both sets fiercely care about this child. But it's best for him to be with his mom and for his mom to be successful and for his mom to try to tackle and navigate the relationship between his parents rather than me. So thank you for taking that back on. And I wish you the best of luck moving forward. Will be the order of the court that the case has been satisfied with regard to case services. The child has been reunified in the jurisdiction. Both child and parent are released.